Hello everybody, welcome back to another Let's Play of Legend of Heroes. We last left off where we had just shooed away our pesky tourist from the Ebronian country, and now we are off to finally see the general now that he'll see us, while we try to make sure he doesn't learn that we're bracers. So let's go ahead and take care of that then. I could hear some arguing. Was there some kind of problem with another traveler? No, nothing big like that. That aside, could you let us meet with the general? Yeah, he's inside. His office is the last door on the left. Make sure you don't go wandering around in other places where you're not permitted. Let's go ahead and disregard that order and just see what's around if there's anything going on. So, nothing down here in the dungeon. Here's the wall, but apparently something big happened. But yeah, so as you can see, he warns you of that, but nothing really does happen as far as we can observe so far. And you can even talk to some of these people, find out what they're up to or what they're doing. Most of them are just named Royal Army Soldier, though. And as far as I can remember, there aren't really any items to pick up or grab. This isn't one of those games where you get to search for rooms in legitimate areas and hope to find treasure or new equipment. But yeah, this is the door we need to head for, and here's another door, and it's locked. So let's go ahead and meet the general now that we've gotten that out of the way. The end of the hall on the left. It looks like this is the general's room. I guess we should probably knock instead of just leaving, because we came all this way for one thing. Alright, here goes nothing. Are you here on behalf of Mayor Maybell? That's right. Well, very well, come inside. Thank you for seeing us. I'm glad that you came. My name is Morgan. I have been tasked with guarding the Hawken Gate by Her Majesty Queen Alicia? Alicia? Yeah, Alicia. It's an honor to meet you, sir. We are all here on behalf of Mayor Maybell. Please, pardon our intrusion during such a busy time. There's no need to apologize. I've known Maybell since she was but a child. I couldn't imagine ignoring her request, much less one from the mayor. Alright then, would you please read this first? So it's about the missing airliner, is it? Under ordinary circumstances, that information would be strictly confidential, but considering this is a request coming from her, I'll tell you everything I know. Sweet. Why are you happy about something that doesn't concern you? Crap, I should have kept my mouth shut. The mayor appears quite distraught over the situation, and so we wanted to do anything we can to assist her. I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that. She has been blessed with some good people around her. Let me get right down to things and explain the status of our search efforts. Please do. The airliner Lind disappeared on its way to Roland after taking off from the Bose landing port. Presently, we have units searching all areas of the region, but we have yet to come up with anything. So what you're saying is the possibility of the incident being caused by monsters or an accident is fairly slim, right? If an airliner of that size had crashed, it would likely have been discovered in the initial search efforts. Yes, that's exactly right. In fact, the flight route between Bose and Roland goes over some plains that allow a commanding view of the land. And of course, the probability of the airliner going down in Valera Lake or the ocean is extremely low. Boy, am I relieved to hear that it's probably not a worst-case scenario like that. So if those had been ruled out, then that leaves the door open to the possibility that the airship could have been taken, right? Which makes me think that the only remaining motives must be to loot the cargo or demand a ransom for the hostages. In other words, a hijacking, right? Also, considering the geographical conditions, it could have been a covert operation carried out by the Imperial Army. And that would be really big news if that were the case. What's the matter, General? I was just thinking that's quite an impressive assessment for some civilians. We also considered the possibility that the Imperial Army was involved, so we have enforced strict regulations on the flow of information. An internal incident, if taken lightly, could result in another war. But thanks to the small mercies of Adios, the possibility for another conflict disappeared early this morning. A certain organization sent a letter to the royal family and Orbital Ship Co. claiming responsibility and demanding a ransom for the passengers. This organization goes by the name of the Capua family. Yeah, I think that's right. The Capua family? It couldn't be who I think it is, could it? It certainly appears to be that way. The Sky Bandits, who have been operating in the shadows in the Bose region and are led by 3 siblings at their head. I take it you've heard of them? Not only have we heard of them, we just had a run-in with them in Roland. Well, it looks like Estelle's got to be one to get us in trouble or reveal our identities without meaning to. I just can't believe those good-for-nothing thieves have managed to create such a big incident here in Bose. Estelle? Hey, oops. You had a run-in with them in Roland? I had heard that some of their gang had shown up in Roland region, but I think he's onto us. Yeah, because of you and your big mouth. I see now. I thought the way you were able to analyze the situation was strange for mere civilians. But I never would have guessed that a girl and a couple of kids like you were bracers. Who are you calling kids? Just for the record, Mayor Maybell did in fact request that we come here and talk to you. Silence, deceivers! Get in here, men! He looks pretty pissed. So, this is how a hard-nosed military man acts, eh? What's the matter, General? Did these visitors try to pull anything funny? These bracers need to be shown the door. Throw them out immediately. Just what is your problem, old man? Trying to brush us off like bugs. You're no different. Hiding your identity so you could try and wrangle some information out of me. It's because you pull underhanded actions like that bracers can't be trusted. Just where do you get off calling it finagling? Yeah, that's a weird word. It's your own fault since you didn't share information with the guild to begin with. Nonsense! Who in their right mind will leave an incident this big in the hands of a mere civilian group? I swear, of all the stupid things Maybell could have tried to pull, hiring a bunch of kids like this and getting in the way of our search party. How about you cut with the crap, General? Why do you think we had to come all the way from Roland to begin with? It's because when it comes down to it, you military morons can't do your job. What did you just say? Holy cow. Shahar is really pissed, alright. For the past few months, you've known about the string of burglaries which seem to be the work of the Sky Bandits, right? And who, knowing full well it was them, dumped the workload onto the guild instead of looking into it themselves like they should have, huh? And now, the second this incident happens, you get on your high horse with an attitude. Yet you've got nothing to show for it, no hostages or even the location of the missing airliner. Don't you think that's an embarrassment to the entire kingdom? Silence, girl! The military is an organization that runs on discipline and does not take action on a whim. Unlike a group I know of who doesn't think ahead and let the Sky Bandits escape, so enough with your insolence. So you're really looking for a fight, aren't you? How sad it is to see such discord. And here he is, blonde-haired man. Strife begins nothing to be born, but only extends the barren wilderness within our hearts. Let me sing a requiem for you all, one to soothe your parched souls. A gentle yet wistful tune to bathe your brittle spirits and cause the deserts of your hearts to bloom. Brightly shooting stars, leaving trails in the sky. Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. Sadly, this is my attempt at singing for now. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain. And the cruel moon mocks my pain. If this fleeting dream shall never be, a single wound will remain in my heart for all to see. Our passionate first and final kiss. Your tears to me are an amber bliss. Let us immure this eternal love. I think that was right. It's not a bad song, but of course it's hard to tell what the melody, or I guess what the lyrics should sound like, at least in my mind, since I'm not much of a professional singer, if that didn't give you any indication. But I try to give it my best whenever it comes to reading the text of main cutscenes and plot points. Haha! It looks like you've all understood what I was trying to get across. What is it that is most precious above all? That's love and peace, baby. Cough. For anyone who's not familiar with that phrase, it reminds me a lot of Trigun back in the day when they kept yelling love and peace all the time. I think it's about time for the search party to be returning with their reports. That's right, General. I should get back to my duties. Make sure you don't let those kids in again. Oh, and cancel any further checks on the travelers along the Eisen Road. Having these kids around any longer will just be an eyesore. Right away, sir. He ran away. I wish we could escape. He's still right behind us, isn't he? Ha ha ha! No matter which country you visit, military men lack romanticism. But you lot, on the other hand, appear to appreciate my aesthetic sense. You know, maybe we should get going ourselves. Yeah, good idea. We had a bit of trouble, but we did manage to get some information. After we head back to Bose, how about we think about our future plan of attack? Where are you going? Wait for me. I mean, please wait for me. Let me try and introduce myself again. I'm Oliver Lenheim. Oliver Lenheim. Whatever. A wandering bard and musician by trade. As you already know, I'm an Erebonian Turing, your fair libero. I'm Estelle, and... Now, wait a minute. Why do we have to introduce ourselves to you? Easy, Estelle. He did intercede for us back there. I'm Joshua. And I'm Scheherazade. Things were getting pretty heated, and I'm glad you stepped in before something really bad happened. Let me just say thanks. Ha! You've got nothing to thank me for. I only did what any person who loves beauty and peace would have done. However, if you insist, How about going on a date with me for a day? I'm going to have to pass on that. First of all, I don't have that sort of free time. That's too bad. Alright then, I guess I'll accept Joshua as a substitute. What do I have to do with any of this? Please don't involve me in your questionable humor. Well, that's odd. I didn't mean it as a joke. Saying that makes you even more questionable. Now, just a minute. How come you didn't invite me on a date? You? I don't know how to put this, but you're a bit lacking in the sexy department. You might want to think about taking a lesson or two from your friends here. Well, excuse me for not being sexy. And just what do you mean by saying I should take a few lessons from Joshua? Calm down, Estelle. I think you're cute enough just the way you are. Though I guess it's true, you are a bit lackluster in the sexy category. What did you just say? Oh, good grief. Anyway, like I said before, we're busy. I'm sorry there's not a better way to thank you, but we've got to get going. Then how about you take me along with you to the city of boys? This is my first time in Liberl, after all, and I'd like to request a guide. Well, if that's all you want, then I don't mind. Shahara, now just a second. It's the least we can do, and we're headed to the same place anyway. Plus, acting as a guide is one of a Bracer's many duties. Oh, alright. I guess we're stuck with him until then. But what if he tries to sink his poisonous fangs of lust into Joshua? Estelle? Don't you worry, Joshua. I'll save you from his perverted attentions if he tries anything funny. What is it exactly that you think he'll try? Please, don't refer to me like I'm some sort of ferocious beast. I'd rather that you call me a hunter of love. Even Love Stealer wouldn't be that bad of a title either. Are you alright in the head? So how about it, everyone? Shall we leave for boys? I'm counting on you all to get me there safely. Now let us be off. Who died and made you leader? Hey, wait a minute, you. I'm not done warning you about the grisly fate that awaits you if you sully Joshua's innocence. Sorry, guys. I'm glad I was able to keep a straight face for that entire session there. It was probably one of the better dialogue sessions that this game really does have. It's one of the best reasons to probably play this game, just to see some of the humorous events that occur. Definitely a good reason to play this game, and I'm glad they spent all the time they needed to kind of get this to actually work. And as you can now see, as we go into this battle here, our friend here is now officially a part of our party and can help us fight and attack and all that. He does have a few abilities here and there which can help us out in the long run. But he pretty much plays like a lot of the other characters in our party here. See, he has a gun, so he can attack from long range, which is nice. And he does, you know, speed stuff, but he does have a fire attack, which will help out, of course. And I guess I'll go ahead and just do an attack. Wait. Oops. Okay, I need a... wrong... sadly, I can't change their orders, so I'll just have to hopefully survive if I can after this onslaught. And just fast forward. So, but just as a reminder, don't use arts on these birds here, because they'll just reflect them back at you, which I just now remembered. But no trouble, and let's be off from that embarrassing situation. So yeah, the newborns are the ones you can't use arts on, while the giant birds are the ones you use mostly fire arts on. And we should have enough tender poultry that we should be able to turn in the one of our quests that had required it.
good to go.
But yeah, so let's see. I guess yeah, for the most part things are kind of a bit slow right now. We just head back to the town like we talked about with our new party member in tow. He's gonna kind of stick to us for quite a while. And he will be helpful later on, but he won't stick around for too much. So this is Boys, is it? It's more urban than I had imagined. That building over there is Boys Market, no? Well, you seem to be quite knowledgeable. Are you sure this is really your first time in Libero? Ha! I was smart enough to buy a tourist guidebook before I left. One published by your very own Libero News, no less. A guidebook? Do they really sell such things? I don't know how to say it, but we live in a really convenient age. So you do intend to go shopping at the Boys Market now? Yep, and after doing a bit of window shopping, I plan to dress up and dine out. According to the guide, there's supposed to be a 3-star restaurant in town. Right, the place we ate at with the mayor. What I mean to say is, I guess this is the place. The Enteros, authentic Libero cuisine, or so they say. Indeed, no doubt this is the place. I'm quite looking forward to it. But it's supposed to cost a pretty mira if you decide to go with a full-course meal. I'd have to recommend a normal bar any day over this. Worry not, my fair lady, I brought sufficient travel expenses. And if that's not enough, I'll earn more with my superb skills. Superb skills? You're not talking about your songs and musical, renditions, are you? Can you actually earn mira with that crap? Ha! I've starred as the main opera singer at the great theater in the Ebronian capital before. If I remember right, I once earned a million mira in a single night. Big fat liar. Alright, everyone, good work. I guess this is farewell until fate brings us together once more. Adios, amigos. What horrors have we unleashed upon this poor, innocent city? Is everyone from Urbonia a weirdo like that? I don't think I like the idea of that being the Empire stereotype. Huh? What I'm trying to say is that I think the majority of the people there are quite serious. I read in a book that their ethos respects the strong, silent type. So what you're saying is that he's simply a weirdo because he's an artist? Now just hold up there, Estelle. If the artists of the world heard that, they'd be less than pleased. Let's see, well, we need to report the information we got out of the General to Legrand. And it would be best if we let Mayor Maybell know after that, too. So first we visit the guild and then the mayor's residence. Okay, let's get going. And off we go to turn in our next, our quests, and as well as report. I guess, there's nothing to report yet. So let's see. Just double check here. Oh, we also got, these quests are... Oh, okay, it looks like the revenue monster is on short, so we will probably need to take care of that soon. Let's see, the Bear Claw Survey, another long one, just needs the plant known as the Bear Claw, and what places to know where to get them. Now here we go, the Ingredient Seeker is the one we need to turn in the tender poultry to, and we actually turn him in at Gwen at the Anatoros restaurant. And then we have the East Boys monster, which is also that other one on the East Boys Road, that Scorpion King that was spotted. Let's see, and now we have the Nibble Valley Monster. Someone we visit in the Nibble Valley, but that's still a while. And then a monster on the west, which is we have medium time for. Alright, let's see, with these two both on short right now, I might want to try and take care of these right away if possible. I'll go ahead and just do a quick save just to make sure. Or, I guess for the most part we should be able to turn things in and still be able to do these quests without losing them. So we should go ahead and talk to him. Oh, it's you kids. So did you find out anything about the incident? Hehe, you bet. Valuable information at that. Sorry, that was wrong tone, wrong voice. Whatever. Estelle relayed the information they have obtained from General Morgan. The Sky Bandits and the Capula family. You're right, that is valuable information. It looks like we'll be able to decide on a policy for the Bracer Guild related to this. However, I'm surprised to hear that General Morgan is an even bigger Bracer hater than I had originally thought. Yeah, I was really surprised myself. In Roland, the job of a Bracer is pretty much respected by everyone, so to encounter someone that hates Bracers that much... Don't worry about it, General Morgan is an exception. Under normal circumstances, the Royal Army and the Guild maintain a pretty good cooperative relationship. However, it looks like this time you're going to have to deal with a lot more than you bargained for. Well then, I guess we'll just have to try and make steady efforts while maintaining a low profile. But it looks like these recent burglaries are also the work of the Sky Bandits, right? Yes. Taking into account the incident in Roland, it's pretty clear who's behind these. To call themselves burglaries is one thing, though, because most of the stuff that's been stolen hasn't been all that valuable. I would have never thought that they would go as far as to commit a heinous crime like hijacking the Lind. Now that you mention it, that is rather odd. Burglaries that happened in Roland were also rather mild in comparison. Yeah, and to hijack an airliner and then turn around and demand a ransom from the royal family, the risks there are greater than any potential reward. In light of that, we should probably do a little more on the investigative side ourselves. Well, we got that taken care of, and we still have time to take care of these two. I think I'll want to work on these right away before I talk to the mayor and turn in that quest. Or it may not be turned in just yet. But of course I'll go ahead and take care of the tender poultry right now at the Andros restaurant. Need to talk to Gwen here. I think I should be able to find them in the kitchen. No, that's not Gwen. Here we go. This, I think, is Gwen. Hello. We're here with the Bracer Guild, and we have a delivery. Oh, thank you so much for going to all the trouble. I'm sure you must have been busy with your other work. It was no problem at all. Helping those in need is what our job as Bracers is all about. Yes, it's just like Estelle said. And now with the airliners at a standstill, it's a difficult time for all of us. I really appreciate you saying that. But the little bits of Mira I'm paying just doesn't seem like enough. Oh, I know. Please, let me do this for you too. Huh? Do what? I'll teach you how to make my specialty omelets. You mean the ones served here at Andros? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is it okay for you to be giving out your recipes like that? Don't worry, it's not a problem. Even if you make a dish just like the recipe says, it doesn't mean that you get the same taste. Sounds like you got a lot of confidence in your cooking. Remember, it's not about whether you're good or bad. It's like the relationship between a musician and her sheet of music. Depending on the person, the song will sound different even though the music is exactly the same. That's pretty profound. A recipe in the end is nothing more than a framework to make something delicious. By only following the rules, you would be surprised at how many different ways the end flavor turns out. Score. We'll have to give this a try later on. Estelle, now this is just a little pre-cooking advice, so don't take it the wrong way, but please read the recipe before you try it. How rude. What are you trying to say? That I'm the worst cook ever? Then make sure you measure how much seasoning you put in. A pinch of salt doesn't mean that you should drop a fistful in there, you know. I'll show you a fistful. Well, following the setup of any recipe is important, but enjoying what you cook comes first. Surprisingly, that's probably the best framework for any recipe. See? Now that's what I'm talking about. I totally agree. And thanks for the new recipe. My pleasure. Come and enjoy a bite to eat here every once in a while, too. So we just got that turned in. We just got a new recipe. Let's go ahead and just quick check it out here. so we got Libero Amulet. Let's see. Oh, cool. It says sit down and heals HP for all. Okay, so it's a sit down, so that usually means you can't really do it out in the field wherever you want, kind of like the to-go items here you see. So, but that will be pretty nice to make use of when we have all the ingredients. And I'm gonna end the video here for now, guys. Until next time, join us for when we take care of the 2 monsters that are plaguing the roads of our roads of the Boise region, and of course talk to Mayor Maybell and get those quests done. Well, until then, have fun gaming.